Well, we only get to do this once a year here, and since the podcast started this April, this is the first time I get to do it. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. If you are celebrating Christmas with your family today anywhere around the world, a very Merry Christmas to you, and I hope your day is absolutely awesome. If you are celebrating the fourth day of Hanukkah, then I wish you and your family the very best. And if you're not doing either of those, then maybe I will see you up at the Chinese food buffet later on today, because that's probably what I'm going to be doing later on with Majana. So however and whatever you're celebrating today, we just wish you the very best. All right, look, it's almost like you've got one more unwrapped present. It's going to be a big solar eclipse that will start for most people in the United States tonight. We've been mentioning this on the last several days of the podcast. It is going to start at 12:17 Eastern Time. So just back that up to 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Pacific. Now, it won't be visible in the United States. Obviously, why? Because it's dark outside. But it is visible. There are maps. If you go to timeanddate.com, they will be all over it. I imagine space.com and nasa.gov will be covering it. And if you go on YouTube and just search Solar Eclipse December 2019, you'll find some live viewings of it if you would like to see it. This is going to be an annular eclipse. That means that the moon is farther away, apogee position, farther away from the Earth. It therefore does not cover the sun completely. It does not reduce the light completely as it does in a full solar eclipse. And because of that, astrologically, the eclipse actually lasts longer. So the effect of the eclipse is said to go for 6 months. Now, for this eclipse, that's going to actually be a good thing. Why? Well, let's pick apart where this is in the chart. So this eclipse is happening at 4 degrees 6 minutes Capricorn. That's now if you picture the chart, the moon and the sun both align at that same point, 4 degrees 6 minutes. Right next door at 5 degrees is Jupiter. And then do you remember I've been talking about this trine with Uranus over the last several days? We've had this trine between Uranus and the sun and Jupiter. Well, now the moon has snuggled into that little party. So you've got Uranus in a trine with the moon, the sun, and Jupiter. And of course, this thing is basically being dominated by the conjunction with Jupiter. This is all very favorable for this eclipse. Now, typically eclipses are, how do we say this? They're like big new moons. If you follow the lunar cycles, then you know that the new moon is when you create, right? So on this new moon, we're going to be creating on mega steroids. Like I said, ho, 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 little boys and girls. Santa has one more gift to put under your tree. And that's exactly how you could look at this eclipse. So now let's bring in the Capricorn characteristics. So anything dealing with structure, foundation, anything dealing with travel could actually throw in there. And one thing I even read was for this one, if you are dealing with anything around the government or the legal system, you can also create, new moon create around that. And what you create around this new moon will play out with that Jupiter-Uranus benefit that we're experiencing in the chart. Ooh, this is sounding good, huh? Now, the other player that's right next door and still in an aspect, in a conjunct aspect with this, is also the South Node. It's over at 8 degrees. That's close enough. So anything dealing with your karmic purpose, anything dealing with releasing South Node stuff. I just did a reading today, and the South Node was kind of around, it was in Leo for this particular reading. And Leo is all about me. It's about shining. And the South Node in Leo is all about hey, me, pointing the arrows at me. It's a vain type thing. It's like energy from the past that came in that somebody might have been a performer, let's say, and clawed their way to the top. And all those people that they stepped over are sitting there with their karmic tin cup out saying, it's time to pay me back. You stepped on my head last time. So that's the energy of kind of what a South Node in Leo might look like. And around that, so let's say this particular full moon, if you were a South Node Leo, you could really do some releasing. And what's on the other side of the South Node in Leo? Well, the North Node in Aquarius, which is all about serving others. So it would be a great time to volunteer or commit to volunteering in 2020. It would be a great time to figure out how you are going to dedicate your life over the next 12 months to helping other people. That would be a perfect kickoff example under this kind of eclipse energy. Now, most of us might be asleep when this begins, but the energy is forming through the day, and it will last all the way through Thursday. Now, that's the creating energy. That's the doing the work, doing the internal work, sitting still with your journal, making your lists, visualizing what you are putting in your mind that this is going to bring about. All right. In other words, sitting on Santa's knee. Think of it that way. All right. That energy is Christmas Day and Thursday. Now, that's for the sweet spot. It actually will continue through Friday indirectly, but here are the numbers. So by Thursday evening, the moon will be at 17 degrees Capricorn. By Friday night, about the same time, so 48 hours after, it will be at 29 degrees. It's on a banana peel. It's on its way to Aquarius. So basically, that's it. So you could tail in on Friday if you needed to, but really to catch it, the best days to do it would be today, Christmas Day, and tomorrow. All right, let's wrap up here because you have other things to do today, so we will talk more about this tomorrow, but I just wanted to make you aware that this is some magical energy that you should take advantage of. Ho, ho, ho. I hope you have a great Christmas, and I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll do it one more time.